G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Nothing new here, really. When you think about it, nothing new at all. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the sleeper team of 2023. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And here today, we're going to talk about why the Steelers are a sleeper team. But at the same time, we've been talking about this for ages. Ages and ages, all off season, pretty much all last season, but more this season because the teams got better in 2023. Omar Khan went off being the Khan artist. We had a great draft, and still NFL outlets out there, the media, some Pittsburgh guys too in the media are saying we don't have a chance and that we're, not going to make the playoffs. Now, I did find this article via, I think it was Steelers Wire, right? And they're also connected to Touchdown Wire. And they're talking about 5 sleeper teams in the NFL, and I will name them shortly. But they do give Pittsburgh a bit of a chance, a slight chance. Pittsburgh finished the 2022 season 9-8 despite a rookie quarterback. Steelers also nearly sneaked in the playoffs thanks to a surge after the bye week. Pittsburgh has added multiple starters to the roster this offseason. Fry frenzy and draft 100%. If you're looking for a sleeper team, then they could surprise. I agree. They really could surprise. And it's an easier schedule too. So they go on to say, Pittsburgh would be a great bet. We would take them over the underachieving Cleveland Browns. So I agree with that 110%. And the Colts, who have a starting rookie quarterback. Now, the reason why I bring this article up is the Touchdown Wire. I think it's like their main website. So a website in America, a bit like the guys at PWF, the guys that Bleacher Report. They named 5 teams that are sleepers this year in 2023. And Pittsburgh Steelers couldn't even make that list, right? They couldn't even make that list, they're a sleeper for the sleeping teams, which is crazy. So therefore, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the ultimate sleeper team in 2023. And here's why. Now, they named the New York Jets. 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 They named the Cleveland Browns. They named Detroit. I actually like Detroit. I got my good mate, Grid, who works out there at Detroit Lions Syndicate, who I worked there with the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate for a year. I actually like the Lions. I think the Lions can make the playoffs this year. I think they're a good team. They'll go around 9-10 wins. They could even have a chance to win the division. Dan Campbell and those guys out there, they're playing some more physicality football than ever before. And the Lions guys, Lions Nation, I don't know what you guys call yourself, but Lions Nation, they're fired up. I like that pick. I don't mind that. The Colts, okay. Anthony Richardson, maybe rookie quarterback, but I don't see the Colts doing too much, actually, in that division. The AFC South, we know it's going to go the Jags' way. I think the Jags will win that division. So really, the Colts will be fighting for a playoff spot, and they have to win around 10, 11 games to do that. Do you see the Colts winning 10, 11 games? I don't think so. But I guess that's why they're a sleeper, right? The other one is the Panthers. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head, but who do they have? They either have Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. I don't keep up with the rookie quarterbacks. Let me know in the comments. I have no idea who it is. Is it Bryce Young? I think he went. Or is it CJ Stroud? I don't know. It might be CJ Stroud that going to the Panthers, right? So another team with a rookie quarterback is a sleeper team in 2023, right? 5 teams that Touchdown Wire believes has a shot. The only one out of this, and I haven't even started my rant yet on New York Jets. The only one out of this that I see would be a sleeper team, I think is probably the Lions. Possibly the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. I don't see it with the Colts. I don't see it with the Panthers. And I sure as heck do not see it with the Browns. Every single year, the Browns are a bad team. A really bad team. They're not going to make it, right? They'd have to beat some of the AFC North teams like the Ravens, like the Bengals, like us, and also get around 9, 10 wins, 11 wins for a wild card spot. The Browns aren't going to win the AFC North. Do you think the Browns are going to get the 7th seed in the playoffs? I highly doubt it. I don't think that's going to happen, right? So out of these 5 teams, I've got the Lions are a good chance to make the playoffs. I see that. They can win their division. And the New York Jets have Aaron Rodgers. However, are we really that scared about Aaron Rodgers? I'm not. The guy's almost turning, near 40 years old. He's been in the league for, more than Big Ben? I think like 19 years now. He's a statue back there. Yes, he's a good quarterback in terms of stats. TDs, things of that nature. Not too worried about old man Rodgers running down the field or even passing over the guys in this league. I think his time's up, right? Will he do a thing that Brett Favre did? Go to the Jets, then go to the Vikings after. Don't see it. Anyways, I wanted to bring that up because the Pittsburgh Steelers are the sleeper team or the ultimate sleeper team, because if this one publication can't even name the Steelers as a sleeper team, they name 5. That means in that reference, they're already sleeping on this one. It's crazy to me when they added all these stars and Kenny Pickett's got a new offensive line right in front of him with Isaac Seumalo. I can't wait for camp. I can't wait for all these words to actually go into camp and be like, okay, we have these guys. We know what to expect, but can they go and execute? That's what I want to see. I want to see the big guys up front like Jones, like Dan Moore, working out for the camp battles and prove everyone right in Steeler Nation. Why we're so excited to see Jones, see Isaac Seumalo, and this new offense push the ball forward in the running game. Because the NFL media and Pittsburgh Steelers media, they're sleeping on the Steelers. And when you see stuff like this, the only one I see is the Lions, that they're a good team. Whew. All right, ranting over. All right. Also, a bit of a mid break before I get into my next point. It was cool yesterday. I actually met a Bengals fan. I met a Bengals fan in Australia. I thought it was kind of crazy. I was doing a run on my DoorDash, and I went to the hotel, and I gave the guy his food. And then we started talking about football, came up somehow. And I said I'm a Steelers fan. He then said he's a Bengals fan. So as soon as I heard Bengals, I was like, oh, no, not the Bengals. But he was a cool bloke. So shout out to you, mate, if you do follow the episode. Shout out to you. You're a good bloke, and you knew your football. We had about a 5-minute conversation about football. He knew his Bengals stuff. He's been following the Bengals like 15 years, so he's not like a Joe Burrow era. He's an old school Bengal fan all the way from Australia. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right, back to the main subject. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the sleeper team of 2023, or the ultimate sleeper team of 2023, because also another article I found was this one, right? And this is brought up by Sam Highsmith, Alex Highsmith's dad, right? Dogpounddaily.com, and I won't share the article. I could share the article, but I'm just going to read it. You guys don't want to read this. I'm going to quickly give it a quick synopsis over this. So Sam Highsmith, Alex Highsmith's dad, says they need to check this order again. Top 5 AFC North edge rushers and ranked in 2023. Now, I'll just go over this quickly. Okay, so they've ranked number 5 being Alex Highsmith. Number 4, they've ranked Trey Hendrickson. I do like him, actually. I think he's a good edge rusher, but I think Highsmith can contend for him to be higher than number 4 or 5, right? So Highsmith is 5. Number 3, Zadarius Smith, who the Browns went and got from Minnesota. He's ranked 3. And remember this, that's the first Brown on this list. Zadarius Smith, Cleveland Browns DE, number 3. Remember, it's written by Dog Pound Daily, so they have a lot of bias in this article as well. Next one, they have TJ Watt at number 2. Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker, number 2. Everywhere I see that. Everywhere I see their ranking, and we're in ranking season, so fast forward 2-3 weeks, and we're talking training camp battles. But everywhere I see ranking around outside linebackers, defensive ends, or things of that nature, anything like that, from Cameron Hayward to TJ, we are seeing that the Steelers are 1 step back or 2 steps back. So far, they're ranking Highsmith at 5 and TJ Watt at 2. Now, the last one is Myles Garrett being number 1. So that's the narrative so far. The narrative this year in the NFL, or in most media outlets, is that Myles Garrett's number 1, TJ Watt is 2, and Highsmith's all the way back at 5, which I don't agree with, because in conclusion, the Steelers are the most slept on team that no one has any clue what's going to happen. Now, as a Steelers fan too, I don't know what's going to happen, but I do have a lot of hope and hype around this team that the way they got big players in the offseason, Patrick Peters on the outside, the new middle linebacker core who wants to tackle, Keanu Benjamin who can wrestle guys, stuff like that, the new defensive line that can rotate, right? I'm pretty keen for this season and to show everyone that if we upset week 1 Who's going to play? Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant versus first rounder Kenny Pickett. They're also, man, that fires me up too. They're also giving more praise to Mr. Irrelevant in his sport and his success last year with the 49ers. Sure, he did great. He didn't lose a game, right? But the 49ers are a good team, and they're rating him higher than Kenny Pickett. So come week one, when Kenny Pickett goes out there, throws dimes, 2 TDs, 250, 300 yards, they run the rock and they beat the 49ers 31-17 or 31-14, even 31-10, or even maybe less than that, right? I don't know. Then what do you say? So all the media right now is sleeping on the Steelers, but they had a really successful year so far in the offseason by getting all the pieces together. They lost Cam Sutton. They lost Terrell Edmonds. But like I said a few months ago, the minute that Patrick Peterson makes a move, that Keanu Neal makes a big tackle, makes a huge tackle, then we will forget that we lost those players. We'll be like, let's go Neal, let's go Kazi, can't wait to see you. Let's go Patrick Peterson, can't wait to see you run one back for a pick six. Crazy. Anyways, woof, man, okay, all right. So New York Jets, Browns, Lions, Colts, Panthers are the sleeper teams of 2023. At the same time, though, the ultimate sleeper team right now is the Pittsburgh Steelers because no one's talking about them. They're going to come third. They're going to have their first losing season. Kenny Pickett can't do it. Najee Harris hates his team. You saw that one the other day. Warren, they just don't know. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you later.